So it was a few years ago when I was leaving my full-time job and I wanted to go to my own, and I was an absolute believer that I couldn't market myself at all. I wanted somebody else to do that for me. I was very clear about what I did, but I didn't want to have to tell people or sell to people about what I did. And it took about 5 of my probably closest friends and colleagues who recommended Brett and recommended Sales Impact, and probably recommended him to me about 3 or 4 times, where I finally caught up and met Brett and found out much more about the training and what have you. And those people who have recommended me to Brett way back then, they some of them had done the training program at least twice and always put any of their new staff through it as well. So highly recommended. So the training that I did with Sales Impact has been hugely influential. It has, if I sort of summed it up, I'd say that it has given me a very clear, very comprehensive system for how to market myself and the sales side of things. And if I broke that down, there's some really key things that I've learned from it that I now apply in my business. So things like I know how to ask for referrals, I know what to do in terms of following up referrals, I know how to complete a client needs analysis, so that before I meet with a prospective client, I've thought through very clearly and very carefully what their needs might be, but also what questions I'll ask to find those out. I feel very confident in actually doing the interview with a prospective client now and asking the right questions. And I think too that I find it now much easier to ask for the business because I've found out what their needs are, and I know how my product or my service, my mentoring work, etc. actually provides a solution for them, so I can match that to their needs. So yeah, it's been highly influential and highly successful in terms of the impact on my business. There's 2 things. Well, there's one main thing and there's a story behind that. So like I said at the start, I didn't want to have to do marketing and sales. I wanted somebody else to do that for me, and certainly I don't have a problem with that now, having done the training. And so I would sort of sum that up as saying that the confidence I have in myself, the confidence I have in being able to grow my business and growing that through the sales and marketing, but particularly the sales, and all that training is, it's actually grown exponentially over the last 4 or 5 years. And I suppose for me, the story that I would put to that question is that when I started the training with Brett, I didn't have a client base, I didn't have any customers. It was sort of really like starting out from the beginning. And within 2 weeks of starting that training, I had an interview with a prospective client, and I actually achieved getting their business. So 2 weeks down the track of doing some training and actually getting a new client interview and actually then getting their business, to me is a pretty good story to say that it was a very successful training. And I think too that what supports that and is a really sort of, I suppose, critical, or perhaps I should say beneficial part of it, is that there's mentoring alongside that whenever I need it. So I can call up and call Hayden or call Brett and just say, hey look, this is what's coming up, or would you mind having a quick look over the proposal I'm putting together? And to me, that is part of that training and part of that whole sort of program package that they offer, that Sales Impact offers. You can't really sort of, I don't know what to say there, you can't say it's just great. Probably what I need to say. Well, see, that's easy. That's probably the easiest question to answer, because how many people that I have referred to Sales Impact to do the training, and I always hear it coming out of my mouth, is that when I did the training, it was, how I call it, it was the springboard for the success of my business. If I hadn't done it, I don't know where I would be now, but I certainly don't think I'd be where I am. And I can probably say I get to, or it might not sound a lot, but I probably get 3 to 4 new clients every year, but my clients are sort of large government or corporate organisations, and we're doing quite large projects. So there's, saying 3 or 4 doesn't sound a lot, but actually it's quite a lot in the business that I do. But yeah, someone's sitting on the fence, I say, look, come along to a workshop with me, come along as my guest, come and hear what this is about, come and listen to Brett and Hayden, meet Brett. When I was first starting out, it's like, meet Brett and talk to him. And he asks all the right questions, so he'll do that for everyone else too. But certainly, I'll come back and say that word again, but it was just the springboard for my business. It was just brilliant. Yeah.